It was a brainstorm idea with a couple of friends of mine, and we are going to be announcing in May what we're calling the Leadership Academy. And this last year, I want to thank those people that came to that event. We were able to write we're on our second white paper. That's an award-winning white paper. But we also work with SCORE. We work with the United States Chamber of Commerce. And Jay Hine, who is the Bush administration's faith-based and community administrator for director, he also came and spoke. Well, now he has decided that he will be happy to take that over. So in May, he will be announcing that he will be helping us with webinars to help free of charge all of the nonprofits on any way, shape, or form that we can help in perpetuating some messaging on how do you become more entrepreneurial? How do you stay in business? All of you sitting in this room represent almost $1 trillion worth of business in the United States. Supporting the other pieces is that disaster relief. We help with disaster recovery, long-term recovery. What we saw at Katrina was that after the relief effort left, the recovery piece is that you still have 10,000 children still homeless. They're still living in trailers. And so what we have been working with the United States Chamber of Commerce on is that those small businesses that are in business, 52% of those businesses never come back. They don't, and that affects us as a company, which affects me to be able to give you any money. So what we have been able to do is worked on creating a hotline called 1-800-MY-BIZ-HELP. Last year, we helped over 6,000 businesses get back into business. The unfortunate part is when you have a disaster, nobody knows who's on first. They're just trying to figure out how to get back in. What do? They don't even realize that they get dollars from FEMA, that there's Homeland Security dollars available. So that is what that hotline is set up to do. We also work at strengthening our local communities and give out grants and donations. And the last piece is to help with our international partners. I think that much of what was said earlier is what we follow also. We have an online grant process. We put that into place last year. And you gave me some great tips on that. But I will tell you it helped us a great deal with streamlining the process. On a monthly basis, we were receiving 5,000 requests a month from across the country, and we just couldn't get through what had to be. And anybody that knows me knows that Mary, I've tried to get a hold of you, Mary, and so what we've done is we've put together a process that's an online process, an online application, and everything is on the website. We are going to extend, because of the fact that we had some issues with budgeting, we're going to extend the application process this year until June. We only do it for one time a year, but it's for from almost a 6-month time period that you get to apply for. I do not make those decisions. There is a grants committee. I have a board of directors. There's a grants committee. It's very similar to how Leslie pointed out. We go through that process, and we decide on what we're going to do. Most of those grants that are given are between, I would say, the $20,000 mark, $25,000 mark, and below. And our goal is to help out as many of those applications as we possibly can. I would tell you, though, I want to talk just a little bit about the application process. What distinguishes you, and how do you get the grant? The unfortunate part is when you get the application, what we see is that a lot of people don't put a lot of time into putting their stuff into the application. I would say to you, it's almost like when you go on a job interview. Wouldn't you be prepared for the interview? There's nothing in there that distinguishes anybody from anybody else, and there's not a lot of meat. Sometimes what we look at is where are the metrics? How do we know that what we're investing? Because how we see this is, quite frankly, as a dollar investment into your company, and we want to see what is the ROI on it. And the unfortunate part is that we don't see a lot of collaborative effort. in this day and age, people, we're going to have to learn to work together. I don't think that anybody cares in a disaster if there's a red or pink or purple shirt out there. They just want help. And so I think that we're going to have to learn that as much as your organization is very, very important, and what you do is very, very important, couldn't you partner up with you, and maybe we could partner together, and maybe we could use those dollars to make a bigger scope, and we could do something differently, because the dollars are just not there. And I would also offer to you that because the resources are scarce, innovation is very, very important. I think that one of the other things is that for 2010, I am telling you so that you all know now, one of the things that we're looking at and we're going to be putting out there is that we're requiring all applicants to make sure that they have a disaster plan, and they will have to submit that disaster plan with their application. Because we see that is that, again, we're investing in you, and we are providing training for the disaster plan. So we will, in probably about 2 months, have on the website, Inez Pierce is putting together a whole online thing that will be free of charge to all of you that you can go on, and she will be able to give to you training. And you can decide good, better, best, how much you want to do. All I care is that there's a disaster plan in place so that if you are affected by that, we know that the monies are there. Last year we lost over $300,000 to disasters, to organizations that we gave to that now are no longer in business. I would also like to tell you that basically our organization and the way we give is through 3 components: cash grants, in-kind donation, and volunteerism. As I mentioned earlier, the Caring Connection's coming out, and I think y'all understand that part. And I would encourage all of you to post your volunteer opportunities on there, and we'd be happy to feature them on the webpage. And Jessica Struzula, who works with us, is the person that's in charge of that. And quite frankly, the cash piece is very much the secondary part. Our in-kind donations last year will I think we'll be able to put in the annual report will total over $27 million. And right now, I think a lot of people will take cash. We outfitted a hospital organization just recently, and they originally came to us and they said, "Mary, we need furniture." And when they came to us and they said they needed furniture, I said, "That's great. Do you care if it was slightly used?" And at this point, they were like, "No." And it was almost brand new furniture. And we were able to help them with almost everything in Dallas. And it saved them, well, you know, needless to say, I think you can kind of guess it was somewhere in I think it was somewhere around $15 million worth of furniture. And that's separate from the 27 that I told you about. But I would offer to you that we help through 3 organizations: Gifts in Kind International, Feed the Children, and Kids in Need. And I would encourage all of you to take a look at the Gifts in Kind International organization for a nominal fee. You can be a partner with them, and you can not only receive from me, but Target, Home Depot, any of the major organizations donate to them. And I just want to, again, thank you all for all of your. Many of you have been great mentors to me personally. You've been great support to Office Depot, and I thank you today for letting me talk to you.